everyone, it's Marcus here from the Kenwood training team, and in today's video we'll share a few tips on how to get the most out of your STZ-RF200WD Motorsports Action Camera System. So let's dive right in and get into it. There are three main ways that you can view footage off the STZ-RF200WD. The first of which is with a Wi-Fi connection to your smartphone, and you have access to view the files and then store them directly to your smartphone's photo gallery. The second way is to access the files directly from the microSD card itself by removing the microSD card from the receiver box and then installing it into your computer. You can go to the file folder and access each one of the different file folders and the data for the information that is collected by the GPS antenna and the 3-axis G sensor. However, you can't view the data all at the same time with the footage. That's where the Kenwood PC Viewer app comes in. If you'd like to see what your G sensor readings are and the information like speed and direction of travel collected from your GPS antenna, you must use the PC Viewer app. In this app, it will collect all the data and show you the footage from both the front and rear camera and allow you to make adjustments, speed the footage up, or even focus on certain areas. So you definitely need to check out the PC Viewer app, and it's available for download on the Kenwood product page for the STZ-RF200WD. Now, speaking of recording modes, there are three types of distinct recording modes captured on the camera system. The first of which is an automatic continuous recording. This simply deletes old footage and replaces it with new footage the longer you ride, and you can simply access the footage that you need whenever you like by opening up the phone and downloading it directly to your photo gallery, or removing the SD card and downloading it to your computer. Now, with the other two types of recording modes, the manual mode and the impact detection mode, these types of recording modes are set up to protect and store the file from being overwritten. Whenever you choose to make a manual recording by simply pressing the button, it will then record 7 seconds before the button press and 7 seconds after, protecting those files from being overwritten. Now, when it comes to the 3-axis G sensor and impact detection, you actually have an option to choose the impact sensitivity. You can set the impact sensitivity to 0, or you can set it up to 5. The key to this is that you want to adjust that impact sensitivity to the terrain that you're using the system on. So if you're going off-road, you want to set the sensitivity very low, so you don't end up with a bunch of false recordings that you don't necessarily want to keep. However, when you're on-road, you want to set the sensitivity to a moderate or higher level in case something was to happen and you do want to protect that file. Because when it detects impact, it's going to store a file from 10 seconds before the impact and 5 seconds after. Even if the vehicle loses its battery, it can still lock in that recording. So having the sensitivity set adjusting accordingly to what you're using the vehicle for and the terrain that you're using it on is very key and crucial to the performance of the STZ-RF200WD. One thing that will help you understand how your recordings work and how many of those recordings are either the impact, continuous, or manual is to periodically check your SD card's capacity and reformat that SD card once you've retrieved all the footage that you want off the SD card and the system. Keeping up with the micro SD card maintenance and checking the files every so often will make sure that you don't miss anything in cases where you have accidentally filled up the SD card. So now that we're on the subject of storage, it's good to mention that the Kenwood STZ-RF200WD comes equipped with everything you need to get started recording right away. Inside the box, you'll find an included micro SD card in a 32GB size. Now, that isn't the limitation of what the system can handle. If you feel like you need more record time, you can upgrade your system to a 256GB micro SD card. The only requirement to this is that it must be a Class 10 or higher, and we recommend using a high quality card from a quality manufacturer. So the upgrade itself is fairly simple. All we need to do is switch out the 32GB card for the 256 in the receiver brain. Then we need to connect to the system via our Wi-Fi connection and use the phone app to set up the settings. Once you're inside the app, you need to go to the Reformat SD card via the settings and reformat the card. Once that's done, you're good to go. You can now continue to use your system with the extended recording times. Now, something else we can do to maintain the best picture quality and the clearest images is to make sure the camera lenses are clean and free of debris. Before each ride, you want to take a damp microfiber cloth and wipe down the camera lenses, polishing them dry to make sure you have optically clear lenses to give you the best picture quality. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to go back and view the footage only to realize that it's covered in bug guts or dust and really affected the quality of the footage. Now, one thing that you may need to adjust on your particular smartphone for a better performance connecting to the STZ-RF200WD is the LAN frequency. By going into the settings and adjusting your LAN frequency between 2.5 and 5 GHz, you could see a difference in performance on how fast your files download, and can resolve issues with getting your files to download and show up in your photo gallery. So change your LAN frequency from 2.5 to 5 or vice versa if you notice any difficulties getting footage to connect and download to your smartphone. And for the final tip, when setting up the cameras for this system, you may run into occasions where the length of the cable is not far enough or long enough to reach where you want to set the camera up. So in that case, you can use one of our 3 different sized camera extension cords. Here we have a 1 meter, 3 meter, and 5 meter extension cord available for the STZ-RF200WD's cameras. You can use 2 of these to get the cameras to span a distance of a total of 40 feet maximum. So that allows you to put these on vehicles like RVs or trailers or anything that you might find a great purpose to use the STZ-RF200WD with a longer extension on the cameras. So that wraps it up for this video. And if you have any additional questions, please drop those questions below. Thanks for watching.
Kenwood.